In this video, we are going to take a look at a question that was asked on the Reddit forum. And basically, the user wanted to understand what is the actual difference between using the total MTD function on its own versus using the calculate plus the dates MTD function in DAX. So let's go to the Power BI model. And in the data model, we have two tables. One is dates table and the sales table. On the sales table, we have a measure which is basically a sum x over the sales table. And in the row context, we are multiplying the quantity by the net price. And what we can do is we can create a total MTD function, and then we are going to use the calculate plus dates MTD. And once we understand that there is no actual difference, we are going to take a look at what is actually happening behind the scene with the help of DAX Studio. So first of all, let's create a new measure, and I'm going to name it as total MTD, just like the name of the code itself. So let's open total MTD. In the first argument, we need to provide the measure that we want to evaluate. And in the second argument, we need to provide the date column from the dates table. And if I close that and confirm the measure and drag and drop it into the matrix, you can see that at the month level, we are basically reporting the same value as of the total sales. But if we drill down to the month level, you can see that on the 1st of January, we see the same value because at this point, after this point, the running total will start. And on January 2, you can see that we are summing the values of January 1 and January 2. At January 3, we are reporting the values of January 1, 2, and 3. So that's how it is actually adding those values. So total MTD is basically a very simple function. You use a measure, you provide a date column, and then you are able to create a running total for a particular month. So now let's create another measure with the help of calculate and dates MTD, and let's see if that code is actually going to return the same result or not. So we can write dates MTD, and we are going to use the calculate over the total sales function. So total sales measure, and in the filter context, we need to write dates MTD, and in the argument, we need to provide the dates column. So let's close that. And if I press enter, and let's bring that as well into the matrix, and we are going to go one level up. So you can see that both the measures are actually reporting the same value as of total sales at the month level as well as at the year level. So if we drill down in January, you can see that first we get the same value of January 1, and from the second day onwards, we are summing the previous day plus the current level. And if we go to the last day of the January, you can see that we get the grand total, which is 111,645, which we also see at the 2007 level, which is 111,645. So one major difference that you should definitely know about dates MTD and total MTD is that total MTD returns a scalar value, and whereas dates MTD is a table function. So if we go to a table and try to create a new calculated table, and we can here write that we can actually reference our total MTD function. So which first of all, which is not going to work. So let's write total MTD. So as you can see that it didn't appear in the IntelliSense. So here I can write total sales, dates, date. And if I close that and press enter, you can see that I get an error that the expression specified in the query is not a valid table expression. And if I wrap that code inside curly bracket, it will start to work. At least it will show something. Right now it is giving a blank, but it is not giving us an error. And in case instead of that, if I write dates MTD, dates, date, we will not get an error. So you can see that we still get a column that contains date. So now you know that total MTD is only going to return a scalar value, whereas the dates MTD is a table function. And since it is a table function, you can actually pair dates MTD with multiple function and make your code more robust. So inside calculate, when you're preparing the filter context, you can do all sort of operations, filter, and you can initiate context transition, and you can do all other things as well. So for example, you can use same period last year on this one to show the running total of the previous year. And if we go in 2008, you can see that in January, we are reporting the running total of January 2007. The same thing can be done with total MTD as well, but the options that are available are really limited. So you can only modify this argument, and you can see that we still get the same result, but it is not as robust as the dates MTD function. And now what we can do is simply take a look at what is actually getting executed behind the scene by the DAX engine, just to understand if there is actually any difference between the dates MTD and total MTD apart from the nature of the result that they actually return. So what I'm going to do is remove the same period last year so that the code that is going to execute behind the scene is a bit simplified. So let's remove here from here as well, and let's confirm it. And what I'm going to do is go one level up so that the query executed behind the scene is easy to understand. Let's get rid of total sales, and what we are going to do is go to view, performance analyzer, start recording, refresh the visual, and we are going to copy this query, go to external tools, DAX Studio, and we're going to simply paste the code that we have copied from the performance analyzer, and we are going to get rid of the all the useless information that is not of our interest, and we can here write that evaluate, and we're going to format the code. And the next thing that we want to do is turn on the server timings. Let's wait for the trees to update and the query plan. Let's get rid of the ribbon, and if I execute the code, you can see that first of all we get the same result. So we have January of 2007, so we have January of 2007, February of 2007, so we are returning the same result that we were expecting. If I go to the query plan option, right now we see that the code that is getting executed is a bit complex. So what we can do is we can simply get rid of the roll up add is subtotal so that we can remove the grand total computation of that code or the subtotal computation. So we are going to remove that, and I'm going to get rid of the month number as well for now, so that we are not actually interested in the sorting of the code that we have written. If I press F5 and expand the query plan, you can see that we have to calculate here on the line 3 and line 17. So the first calculate is for the total MTD. The second calculate is for the dates MTD, as you can see from here, where it says that measure reference is total MTD, measure reference is date MTD. Then you can see that for calculating the result, there is first a sum of Vertipack. So we are scanning the Vertipack for summing those values using the total sales measure. Then for summing those values, there is a scan of the Vertipack. Then there is a multiplication. Then you can see that from here onwards, we are preparing the filter context under which that total sales measure is going to be evaluated. And for preparing the filter context, there is a dates between operator. Then inside dates between, there is a start of month. Inside start of month, there is a last date operator. So for performing the last date, first there is a scan of the Vertipack. So we are extracting the dates calendar year number, dates month, and the dates date column from the storage engine. So then it identifies the last date, then it computes the start of the month of that last date, then start of the month is converted into a scalar value that is passed to the dates between function. And similarly, the second argument is also computed. So here you can see that here it says table to scalar last date scan Vertipack. So in this case, it is not relying on the start of the month. And similarly, you can see that exactly same operation happens from line 9 to 16 as well as 23 to 30. We have dates between, start of the month, last date, table to scalar, last date, scan Vertipack. And this actually proves that there is no difference between writing total MTD or calculate dates MTD, in case if you're going to use just the calculate dates MTD over the dates date column. So before wrapping up, what we can do is simply try to follow this logic of using dates between, and let's try to create that calculation ourselves just to make sure that if we are able to get the same values with the help of dates between. So let's go to Power BI and let's get rid of everything, and we're going to create a new measure, and let's expand the editor. Let's name it as dates between, and the code will be a calculate over the total sales measure. Then we have dates between. In the first argument, dates between needs the date column. In the second argument, we are going to write start of month, last date, dates, date. Let's close that. In the second argument, we are going to write that the last date, dates, date. Close that, close calculate, press enter, and let's drag and drop that code into the matrix. So at the month level, you can see that we are reporting the same value across all three measures. If I expand the month level, you can see that on the January 1st, we have the same value. From January 2 onwards, we are computing the running total. And if we scroll down, you can see that on the last day of January, we are reporting the summation of all the sales that we have made in that given month, and that same value should also be at the month level. So we have 111, 645, 111, 645. So hopefully that helps in explaining and understanding that there is no actual difference between dates MTD, total MTD, in case if you're using them exactly in the same way, and behind the scene the DAX engine is actually using the dates between function to compute those calculation. And that was all for this video, and I will see you in the next one.